Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. Today, I know it has been quite the past few months, and I haven't really been posting any videos, of course, since the election. I will be doing an analysis of the election, but I think that'll come a little bit later into next year. Obviously, Donald Trump was elected the 47th President of the United States of America, beating Kamala Harris in a modern electoral vote landslide, although it's certainly nothing close to what it used to be under Ronald Reagan. This is practically as big of a win as Donald Trump could have anticipated him getting. 312 electoral votes to Kamala Harris's 226. In addition to that, he won the popular vote of the United States. However, I thought I would do something a little fun today, looking down the line to 2028. Of course, that we have 4 years of Donald Trump, and this is simply conjecture, simply predictive. Um, and I'm sure that this things will change in 4 years, so don't take this as for granted. But a possible election scenario between Kamala Harris as the Democrat nominee for president and J.D. Vance as the Republican nominee for president. Vance, of course, will be the vice president of the United States on January 20th. He seems to be the clear successor for Donald Trump now. I mean, Trump, especially following the assassination attempt on his life, thought long and hard as to who he wants his vice president to be, and he chose J.D. Vance. And J.D. Vance has since then has been, of course, loyal to Trump, and in my opinion, a very good advocate for him at the vice presidential debate and on TV interviews, especially as we saw coming going into the election. With that being said, let's get right into our safe Vance state. I'll start with the Republican state because there will be an incumbent Republican president. For the most part, it's going to be the similar states for Donald Trump that he received with a few extras. Leaving the state of Texas out of it for now, the state of Iowa will be safe for Vance as well as Ohio. Of course, he is the senator from Ohio currently until he resigns to become vice president of the United States. Maine second as well has shown significant trends in favor of Republicans, and now the state of Florida as well. Donald Trump won the state of Florida by about 14 points. I think that by 2028 it will be considered a safe Democrat state. Democrats in the state have already said that the state is practically lost for them in the modern future. I don't think the Democrats intend on campaigning there pretty heavily, focusing a lot of their attention on the Rust Belt and Georgia. I think Democrats, in terms of building back in 2028. For Kamala Harris, likely states, these will include, for the most part, the usual likely states. A state like New Jersey, I'll leave out of the conversation for now because, as we saw from the results from 2020, or excuse me, 2024, New Jersey is actually a lot closer than many of us had previously expected. I'm also going to leave the state of Illinois and New York out as they fell below 15 points. New York was about 10-point margin for Kamala Harris, certainly significantly smaller than any other Democrat has had in that state for a very, very long time. Um, and in large part, that just could be to general shifts. That could be to Donald Trump, having court there for a long time and actually campaigning there a little bit, even Madison Square Garden rally there. Of course, I don't think that it will go Republican in the near future, but it certainly has become less of a Democrat stronghold, more of a likely state. And you'll see that emphasized in the next predicted predictions. Oh, sorry, in the state of Hawaii as well will be likely in favor of Kamala, say solid in favor of Kamala Harris. Likely Trump states. This is going to be the state of Texas. This is basically the main state for Donald Trump that is likely for him. It's the only state that I'm going to characterize as of now. Excuse me, not Trump. J.D. Vance. I have Trump in my head because we've been predicting Trump for now 3 elections in a row. For J.D. Vance with 40 electoral votes. Trump won it in 2024 by about 14 points, undoing all of the Democrats' work that they have been trying to shift that state and turn that state purple for decades at this point. Basically, undoing that in a single night. He only won Texas by about 6 points in 2020. This time around, winning it by 14 ish. Uh, Basically, reversing everything the Democrats, all the progress that they've tried to make there. And I think that, going forward, Texas will be a likely Republican state. Of course, it could eventually be blue, but something that not the Democrats really should put their money toward or their attention toward. For Kamala Harris, there'll be a lot of electoral votes here: the state of Illinois, the state of New York, and the state of New Jersey. New Jersey still would be a likely Democrat state, even though it has come within 6 points. I still think it'll be likely, although it certainly is shifting in favor of Republicans. It had the biggest shift or the most unexpected shift of any state really in this election cycle. I mean, it's been pretty consistently Democratic. Trump actually had a rally there, and people were kind of making fun of him. I believe in the summer, some YouTubers made videos saying that he was just campaigning in stupid states. He did not end up winning New Jersey, but it certainly made it competitive and certainly made it something that Democrats have to, focus more attention than they should have to on that state going forward in future elections. That's going to be it for the likely Kamala, excuse me, the state of New Mexico as well, likely Kamala Harris. For lean JD Vance states, these will be the state of Georgia, the state of Arizona, the state of Nevada, as well as the state of Pennsylvania and the state of North Carolina. I mean, he wins the presidency, obviously. Trump just won, so don't expect me to predict a Kamala Harris victory right now. Certainly not. Getting into 287 electoral votes, all of those lean for obvious reasons. I mean, Trump won them back this time around, especially Arizona and Nevada are now very, very, seem out of reach in many ways for the Democrats. Of course, Ruben Gallego won in Arizona, and Trump could be a singular figure, but time will tell, of course. And that brings JD Vance to 287. Lean states are the state of Minnesota, the state of New Hampshire, Maine at large. For Vance, the rest are tilt in favor of him. Excuse me, I forgot to mention Virginia is going to be a tilt Harris state. I think Vance will actually tilt Nebraska second. He bodes better with suburban women. So that gets him to 313. So one more electoral vote from Trump. Obviously, we're going to see how these shifts perpetuate in 2026 in that midterm election cycle and onward. But right now, this is how I see the map coming to be in 2028. Not much different from what we saw in 2024, especially if these are the candidates. Possibly who are the VPs. Maybe Harris will, if she is the nominee, say maybe give Josh Shapiro another shot at it. Obviously, Shapiro was on the ticket. Looking back, maybe she would have won Pennsylvania and carried the Rust Belt and won the presidency. You don't know. Vance, who will he pick? Will he pick somebody like Glenn Youngkin? Will he pick somebody else? Somebody like Marco Rubio? Will he pick somebody older? That'll be a discussion if he turns out to be the nominee. But this is my current prediction between these two. Certainly a very long ways away from the 2028 presidential election, but something to think about going into this new year. Anyway, enjoy. Happy New Year. Enjoy 2025. Have a great time. And really just enjoy life. Great time. Anyway, I will see you guys all very, very soon. Have a great day.